Hi, I'm Officer Potak.
Hi, it's Officer Best. We're here at Blocker's Coffee Shop because it's got coffee and it's warm. And outside there's no coffee and it's cold.
Oh, yeah, like 20 degrees cold.
Really, yeah.
We learned our lesson yesterday.
Yesterday
We were
when
freezing.
we were bundled up at the gazebo and we thought we got to do better than this. So here we are. We did better than this. Today's book is When the World Was Green.
And this book actually references our patch in some ways because we have the Catasauqua Police and we have a very nice patch. So,
Chief Kish designed that patch.
did he?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
So listen to the book and you'll understand what we mean.
Once humans lived with beasts of the earth and fish of the sea and birds of the air in perfect harmony. The world lay green, and a great tree stood in full bloom. One evening at dusk, a warm wind blew. Corn grower was done with his hoe in the cornfield. Moon's son, his wife, made tasty tortillas. After they ate, they sat with Small Ears, their baby boy. Moon's son blew on a bamboo flute and sang the song of life. Softly, Corn grower beat upon a little tree trunk drum. Flowers from the tree swayed overhead. There was a noise from a passing bird. Moon's son stopped strumming. Is it our child learning to speak? Corn grower laughed. Only a silly macaw, nothing more.
What do you wish for when they start speaking? They don't shut up. Especially my kid. I don't know where she would get that from.
The vast sky turned purple orange as the great setting sun sank behind a dim mountain. Soon Small Ears will be too big to carry, Moon's son said. Mother and father gave the boy a kiss goodnight and lay on their straw pallet and slept. In the morning, Moon's son ground corn into meal, and Corn grower left the hut for the field. He saw the glorious fur of a coati who dug nearby. He saw the bright plumage of a quetzal on the hut's roof. He leaned upon his hoe, thinking hard. Why do they have fur and feathers, and I do not?
Why do I have hair and you do not?
Because I'm old and you're not. Quickly he made a bow and arrow from a young branch and sharp flint. He shot the coati and quetzal. From then he fashioned a fine cloak. Proudly he showed it to his wife, who shook her head in horror. You are warm enough already. Corn grower was eager to know what he looked like, so he walked away to gaze into the stream. Take the water jug with you, Moonson called out. He did not hear. Moonson dug graves and put flowers on the quetzal and coati. She bent her head silently. Leaning over the cold blue stream, Corn grower watched a slow turtle. That brilliant shell will make an amulet to go with my cloak. And so he slew the turtle. Watching Corn grower from the sky was the wise Lord of Eagles. He dipped gliding low under the rim of white clouds, then flew off toward a misty mountain. Come and see, he screeched to his brothers. A band of eagles circled over Corn grower, who strutted and preened foolishly in fur feathers and shell. He killed our cousin Quetzal.
Sorry, sometimes duty calls.
Sometimes duty calls. That afternoon, Corngrower sat with his wife and son by the great tree. Small Ears lay on his straw mat, kicking and cooing. Sadly, Moonsun played on her flute. A lazy armadillo shuffled beside them. "I've nothing but a poor drum," Corngrower sighed. "I could make a wonderful guitar out of that." And with a club, he slew the armadillo. Moonsun shuddered at what her husband did. "We have music enough," she said, turning away. "Horrible!" called the Lord of Eagles, who was keeping a sharp eye on the family. Swiftly, he picked up the baby Small Ears from under the tree. I think this corn grower is about to get harvested.
Absolutely. You don't mess with eagles.
Off flew the Lord of Eagles. He and Lady Eagle decided they must raise the child themselves. Corngrower picked up a stone and flung it as high as he could. Moonsun screamed as her son disappeared in the sky. "Now we are punished for those deeds you did," she cried. Her husband shook his angry fist. "I will find our son. No matter how far I have to go, I will find our son." That same day, he donned a jaguar mask made from corn paste. "Those birds won't know who I am. All will fear me." And he caught a wild tapir and rode it away in search of his lost son. Moonsun built a fire of sticks and waited by the great tree that night, and many nights after. A kind owl kept company and brought a brown mouse to share, but she had no appetite. On rushed Corngrower, riding the tapir through the jungle into deep, dark night. Here and there moon rays blazed down through the green and high lush leaves. Parrots squawked, quick deer dashed by, and lizards crawled. Mosquitoes buzzed. To each as he passed, he wailed, "Oh, where is my son?" Corngrower remembered evenings spent with Moonsun and Small Ears under the blooming tree. How he wished he were there with them now. A real jaguar stared at him, but he was not fooled. He flung off the mask ashamed. The turtle shell amulet began to feel heavy. Soon he flung it off and tossed it into the grass. The fur and feather cloak was hot and thick and itchy. He flung it off and rode on. He encountered a monkey family. The parents each carried a baby who clung tightly. The father monkey stopped to stare. "We know about you," said the father, "and how your son was taken." "Why can I understand you?" Corngrower asked. "Because you're listening," replied the monkey. Corngrower leaned down so the two were eye to eye. "Eagles live on the tallest mountain peak," the monkey added. "You cannot climb there." "But I won't go home without him," wailed the man as the family left him behind. On he rode until the night itself vanished, and it was cool, pink, damp dawn. He entered a valley sweet with vanilla. Corngrower climbed off the tapir to stretch his legs, then lay on the grass and dozed wearily. When he awoke, the tapir had gone. He was alone. Suddenly, a torrent of rain hurled down, and a strong wind roared. Jagged bolts of lightning split the sky. It was day, but the sky was pitch black. Corngrower struggled to his feet. Wild water rushed his hair, which had grown long. He had no idea how many weeks he had wandered. The storm lifted. He leaped for safety as scorpions and snakes scuttled in his path. Moonsun was right. I am being punished.
lesson to learn here.
He turned back, somehow stumbling homeward. Under the great tree, Moon's son was waiting. The tree lay bare and dry, as naked and thin as corn grower. Bats instead of blooms slept on its branches. Moon's son had not been able to tend to everything. The cornfield was filled with ants. The tiny hut was falling apart. Moon's son whispered, "Where is our son?" Corngrower shook his head in despair and held her. He sobbed and did not reply. Day turned to dusk, and the quiet south wind blew. A rabbit, who was not afraid, hopped forward. Softly, the man and woman stroked its soft fur, soft as the hair of their lost son. Meanwhile, on the mountain, small ears grew, but could not fly. Lady Eagle hissed, "This one will never be ours. We must push it from our nest. Look, no wings sprout. He cannot utter our sounds, and he's too big." Reluctantly, the Lord of Eagles agreed and hoped that the humans could raise the child better.
Being raised by wolves, but never being raised by eagles.
Mm,
Some people,
never heard that
some people we
story.
deal with have been raised by wolves.
Yeah. They lifted him, and off they flew, his toes dangling in the air. Small ears saw the whole huge, dazzling landscape that an eagle sees. For hours they carried the boy until they heard the pitiful noises of human crying. Underneath the tree, Moon's son and Corngrower wept. She was trimming his tangled hair, and he looked up and saw their son. Now the eagles knew Small Ears belonged on earth. Gently they laid him at the feet of his parents. Then they sailed into the sunny sky, waving their wings in farewell. With a clatter, sleeping bats awoke, fluttering from a bare tree. "Mama, Papa," the boy cried, his first words, and in an instant the great tree burst into blooms of every color from the rainbow. Moon's son wrapped her shawl around him like a leaf around a lily. Small Ears, who was tired, he slept. Both parents cuddled him in their laps until the first stars rang out like crystals in a silver breeze. Birds and deer and others gathered as the farther beat a lullaby on a little tree trunk drum, and the mother played an evening flute. And that is when the world was green.
Very good lesson to learn there.
Got to maintain balance in nature.
Absolutely.
You can't just take and take and take like Corn Grower did. You have to be respectful to nature.
Mother Nature is a very powerful thing.
Right.
So always respect it. Clean up your trash. Don't litter. Don't go around breaking stuff and hurting anything in Mother Nature for no reason. If you're going to take something out of nature, you use it in life.
Right. In fact, going through scouting, all three of my boys were in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and one lesson that they learned was leave no trace.
Mm-hmm.
Take only pictures, leave only footprints.
Absolutely.
So, having
like
said
that.
that, we hope you enjoyed the book today. We hope you enjoyed being at Blockers with us, where it was nice and toasty warm. And if you happen to come here before you sit down with your piping hot cup of coffee, make sure that you
Wash your hands. Bye.